So you said just now that you were like unsure of religion at first and like they say one thing, do another. Would you say like is it hard on a college campus like being in a group that is a religious affiliation? Like do you think people view that negatively? Do you think that like what do you think of that on a college setting?
I think being in a campus ministry definitely has its ups and downs on a college campus, especially like UNH being one of the biggest party schools in the country, or so I've heard. Um, I think that some of the downs, I guess, would be just, I mean, it doesn't, I guess I'm not necessarily someone who's always affected by it, but um, sometimes just being made fun of or, or um, feeling like people don't care. And I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of friends who are very supportive of my faith and, like the New Hampshire Notables and other groups I'm involved with. And so I've never really felt the hate per se. But I know that other people really struggle with that, and they've been just really bogged down by it, and it's even caused them to kind of walk away from Cru and kind of walk away from their faith, and that's sad to see other people affecting other people in that way, and like if people could just kind of get along, and but there's obviously going to always be tension, but I think some of the upsides of it are that it is. I've at least had a lot of people come up to me and be like, you guys are like the nicest student org on campus. Like, you guys are always the ones who are approaching people in the dining halls who are sitting alone, and asking to talk with them, or, you're putting on events that really care for people and just encouraging people. And I think that it's been really awesome when we come together as a group, as Cru, to just talk about our friendships and different people that we're meeting on campus, and just being like, it's awesome to be able to get connected and to reach out to people, and not in a way to, try to convert everybody, but, we do care and we want to see people really enjoying the time that they're at college, but really reaching out and making sure that people feel connected and feel loved, and we like to be able to form those stronger relationships with people.
You said like getting people to convert. Like I know that you like when you went on spring break, you said specifically like that you wanted to like talk to kids about it, but not necessarily be like you have to like join. You know what I mean? Like how do you go about that here? Like do you just talk to people and tell them about what you do, and then they get excited about it or they don't? Like how?
I think reaching out, that's actually kind of like what it's called, is like outreach. The method of that per se, about sharing your faith or getting other people involved. I think outreach is really different on this campus, and especially in New England, just because going to different parts of the U.S., people react differently to religion and spirituality, and I think New England is very, very closed off, and people tend to just want to keep to themselves and keep people at an arm's length. And I think the way that I tend to or come to share my faith with people is through having a genuine friendship with that person first. It is very difficult for me to just kind of go up to someone and be like, hey, like, what do you think about, what do you think about the Bible or Jesus? Like, I'm just not like that.
Do people do that in Cru?
No, no, not necessarily. We're a lot more, I think, I don't want to say respectful, but for lack of better words, respectful, and
That makes sense.
just wise about like how we approach people, because we know, like, and most people who are in Cru are coming from non-Christian families too, which is like, we've all been there at that time when someone has approached us from a church or from a religious group, and it's turned sour. And so we've been on the opposite side, and we've seen how it has affected us, and we do not want to have the same impact on someone. And I mean, with that said, you can't control how people take things, but we do try to tread lightly, while not sacrificing our beliefs. But we just want to be aware of how people react to things, and we want to try to like meet people where they're at and not try to force our opinions on people, and we would just really want to make sure that we're listening to people and not trying to be heard, because that's something that we really believe is just seeking to understand and not to be understood. And I think that when you go about it that way, I think that there are awesome friendships that can be formed through it on campus, and that's how I met tons of people. And so yeah, I mean,